So Red Bull have announced that they're going to be working with the Ford Motor Group for their power unit needs in 2026 and beyond. This announcement came at the launch of the RB19 in New York last Friday. But what exactly does this mean for Red Bull, for Ford, for Honda, their old power unit supplier, and of course the future of Formula One? Let's find out. So Red Bull have signed with Ford for the future of their power supply needs. It's a move that was officially revealed right after the launch of the RB19 car in New York last Friday. But what does it mean for Red Bull and Ford exactly? What's happening? Firstly, it's important to remember that Ford won't be the power supplier for Red Bull Racing, with the manufacturing giant coming in only as a strategic and technical partner alongside Red Bull powertrains. This will be unlike the partnerships we've seen Red Bull Racing have with Honda in the past that helped to bring them success up until the Japanese manufacturer pulled out of the sport in 2021, a move that prompted the creation of Red Bull powertrains. When will all of this come into play? For Red Bull and Ford, the work begins now, but we won't see any of Ford's work inside a Red Bull car until 2026 when the new engine regulations come into play. But with Red Bull powertrains preparing to truly step into the engine production role for the first time, there is a lot of work for Ford and Red Bull to do between now and then to be ready for the start of the 2026 season, with Christian Horner declaring the two organisations will be pushing as hard as we can to build on the success they've already had. Now, interestingly, there will be no handover of intellectual property between Honda and Red Bull when they do part ways. Of course, they are contractually obliged to work with each other up until the end of the 2025 season. And it's a relationship that Christian Horner believes will stay strong throughout its remaining time period. What's next for Honda? Well, the Japanese company moved fast after the announcement, registering to become the sixth engine manufacturer on the grid for the 2026 season, along with Ferrari, Mercedes, Alpine, Audi, and Red Bull powertrains. Obviously, we don't know yet who Honda are looking to potentially provide power units for from 2026 and beyond, but it is a good sign and shows their desire to stay in the sport of Formula One when 18 months ago they were looking like leaving it for good. Now, will Ford's arrival in Formula One be good for the sport? Will a Red Bull and Ford combination be profitable for Red Bull? And of course, would you rather see Ford maybe taking their own team to the grid in Formula One? Let us know in the comments section below. GPFans.com and GPFans Global for all your information on the arrival of Ford in F1.